So in this video, I just want to give you a snapshot of the new Manage Columns feature in Contensis 14. Since Contensis 9, we've been showing some core information about the entries in Contensis displayed in the entry listing screen. So they've usually included the published status, the title, the workflow status, and the content type, and the last time that entry was updated. But as Contensis content types and entries has matured, we're finding that we're going to want to display more data in the screen. And the different use cases that we've seen across our customer base has shown us that that content can really vary on what you're wanting to display. So we've introduced the Manage Columns feature, and that allows you to determine which columns are displayed from your content type. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of that now. And I'm going to start off, I'm just going to filter what we're seeing here in the entry listing screen to books. So you'll also notice that this content type filter now supports multiple content types. So we could look at books and we could look at stories. So books are created from stories, or films are created from stories. And you'll see them both displayed in here. So we've added some flexibility there. We've done the same for content owners. So when you want to find all entries owned by multiple team members, that's now possible to do here in this screen. So I'm just going to keep it filtered to the book content type. And you'll notice up in the top right hand corner now we have this new Manage Columns button. So when you click that button, you'll see a modal displayed allowing you to make a selection of what should currently be displayed. So we see the items on the right hand side of the panel are the items that are currently displayed, and on the left hand side you'll see a series of checkboxes allowing you to choose which fields should be displayed in the columns. So you'll see system fields. These are the fields that are available to all content types, so they all have an owner, they all have a creation date, they all have a description and a publish date. But then as you scroll down, you'll see a series of other fields and checkboxes. These are fields within the content type themselves, making it really easy to display specific content type information in the listing. This can be really powerful if you're looking at a whole series of courses. The courses might have different course codes for each year, so you might want to display the course code as a column to differentiate between two courses that are the same but are run across different years. In my example, I want to include the ISBN numbers of books because there might be multiple editions of the same type of book. So this is now possible. So I'm going to turn on an extra few fields. So I'm going to turn on, I don't know, let's look at maybe the publisher, the cover photo, the illustrator who illustrates the book, and the ISBN 13, and maybe how many pages are included in the book. So not only can we choose the columns that are displayed, we can also change the order of those. So let's move the cover photo up. Let's make that the first column after the published status. Then we'll have the title. I'm not so much interested in the content type because I've got that determined in my listing filter on the left hand side, so I know it's books, so I can take that out. Keep the updated date to the end, but maybe after the title I want the ISBN number and maybe the page count. So once you've made all the columns that you want to display available, hit the save button, and now you'll see that the listing screen now updates with all that information. So we've got a completely different view of the data specifically to my books, and as I showed in the first video, you can either minimize this filter panel or close it completely just by pressing enter. Once it's selected, that will open and close it. You can also resize it with the arrow keys on your keyboard to, if you want to use keyboard navigation. So let's close that up. So that gives us a real unique view of that content. So with that in mind, you may want to share this view with somebody else. So we've included this ability to share the view that will copy the long URL that you see, and you can pop that into Microsoft Teams or Slack or into an email, and anybody who's got access to view those entries will see the same listing view as what you're seeing here, making it really flexible to highlight content to people. We are going to offer the ability to save these in a later release, but we thought this feature was powerful enough as it is currently for you to get benefit from before introducing the save feature, which would take us a little bit longer. So that's manage columns. If you want to reset manage columns, you can head back up to manage columns and reset it to the original fields, bringing you back to what you're used to seeing. And you'll also notice we've introduced the ability to change the view here as well. So if you want to view more content on the page, you can just switch between condensed view and expanded view. These settings are saved in local storage, so next time you come back to this browser on your machine, those settings will be saved. The same occurs with the resizing of this panel. So next time you come back to it, you know that you're going to get the same view as you've done previously. So that's the Manage Columns feature, and we think this is going to be really powerful for different teams who are already creating their different views and saving them as bookmarks in their browser, and they can continue to do that now with these new ability to add and remove and reorder columns that you see. So we hope you're going to love this feature of managing columns in Contensis 14.